Hi, I'm Chally, the Angel of Love. Thanks for watching. Um, there's willingness, there's surprise, there's understanding, there's this feeling of separation, which is interesting because on the other end of it is a connectedness. You can feel it kind of in your heart, you can feel it in your body, right? You feel connected. You feel the divine guidance, you feel the threads of energy, you feel the presence, but at the same time, there might be a sense of separateness, perhaps because of the 5D and the 3D being so distinct and still being a part of those worlds, still being intertwined and enwrapped in some of the 3D systems as someone who's existing in the 5D, right? It creates a tiny bit of tension from time to time. My cat is moving my camera. Sacred, destined calamity, things that are supposed to fall apart so that new things can come together. There's an energy of this like sacred creational energy that requires a little bit of calamity, right? The structures have to fall. We talk about that all the time. We're like, oh, this is crumbling, that's crumbling. But that crumbling feels like calamity. Like it can look like calamity. A river washing through, a river rushing through and destroying everything in its path because of a great flood, right? It tears the wood apart. It carries cars. Things are being carried downstream in flow, like forcefully carried with the flow downstream. It's like, okay, we're just going to take you with us. You know what I mean? That concept of being in the flow and then it being so catastrophic or in such a way that now it's almost destined. It's like you are supposed to be here and you're staying here. So we are going to carry you there through this sacred calamity, right? We are going to guide you there through this tearing down, through this disastrous kind of experience, or something that doesn't even have to feel disastrous, but yeah, calamity, right? It's loud, it's aggressive, it's in your face, like you're forced to respond, and how you respond is everything. The other part of is the resistance to set energies, is the resistance to even the wild aspects of the flow, to even the rapids of the flow. I looked up the word sacred because I was saying it so frequently, so often when describing this like sacred destination and this divine intervention and sacred calamity. But sacred is holy. And if we think about wholeness and being whole, like our holiness, right? Being in our wholeness, then sacred calamity is holy calamity. It is still bringing us towards our wholeness. And I think that's the sanctity of it all, right? Everything being something that is helping us get to where we are called and meant to be. And I think that's the message for today. That sacred calamity, right? Thinking about it as like, sure, it's this rushing flood that's taking everything with it in its path, but it's taking everything with it in its path towards, right downstream, whole, holy, you know? Sure, it can feel dangerous, it can look dangerous, it could potentially even have that like danger feel around it. But when you're in the present, so locked into the present and the presence, and when you're so still and peaceful within yourself, and you're able to look at it, you embody this sacred, holiness of like this wholeness of the destination being a part of your path, right? Being one with where you're headed. That's the destiny part. That's the part that like everything is lining up to help you reach that, whatever that is. But when you embody that, that's when you can sit there and say like, oh, this is all working for my good. Everything is working out for me. I have everything I need. And then your root chakra is restored, right? Then the nervous system, the I am of it all, right? I am whole. I am destined, right? When you embody that and you kind of reprogram or recalibrate that aspect of yourself, that chakra, that energy that would say that your external circumstances may not meet the internal circumstances, but you can still feel at peace because the calamity around you, you know, is sacred, you know, is whole, you know, is holy and is leading you towards your wholeness. And so you just ride the wave, right? Maybe it feels tumultuous. Maybe there's a little bit of tumult, right? Surrounding some of the things that you're going through, but it may not be everything. And it may just be like little things that kind of are reminders of things from your past, or like, I mean, planetarily, I think we've had some energies that are like asking for release and really digging up old things. So this would make sense that it's this, excuse me, that it's this root chakra energy, this foundational energy, really old stuff that has roots from the past, stuff that has roots from like before time, you know what I mean? That you're still releasing for many people. But then you'll see little glimmers. You'll see those little glimmers of hope of like, oh no, the winds of change are here, right? Because not only is it blowing you downstream, right? And you're being careful of being too resistant to it. But it's all working for your good. I literally thought I shuffled this because I did see this card, but I thought I was shuffling. It's from an oracle deck that I like. It's called Abundance Oracle. And it just kind of slid out. So I was like, well, let me look at it. Surrender. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest, to stop trying to control the whole universe. That feels appropriate. But it's embodying the surrender. It's not just, okay, I'm letting go. It's like, now you're surrendered. When the winds pick up, when the water picks up, when the situations pick up, and you're still floating down the stream, leaving everything behind, you're still planted, right? You're still in an anchored space of the presence. You're still so centered and rooted in alignment that you don't have to look at the external circumstances as calamity. That's kind of the point that I feel like is trying to drive itself home here. That's the embodiment part of surrender. It's one thing to be like, okay, I like let go. It's another part to stay in the presence, stay in alignment, stay anchored to your home frequency, right? And then, yeah, and then it just all like, we're all a part of it, you're a part of it, you're just riding the waves at that point. Even though it's like, this tree branch is falling right in front of my boat as I'm floating by. But the way it lands, it gives you the right amount of wave to get over a rock that you didn't see was right ahead of that. So it actually worked out. Yeah, you lost a pail, but like, you also didn't need it. You know what I mean? So it's a sacred surrendering, looking at the circumstances that feel calamitous is what I keep wanting to say. as sacred calamity. Like, this is all divine. It's all working for you. This is reprogramming the mindset. It's reprogramming the embodiment and the understanding of what it looks like to have circumstances that don't match what you know to be true inside. This is the rewiring. This is that refocusing, reframing, so to speak, so that you can give your all to the present moment, give your focus, give everything here, knowing that it's all working out and you believe it. It's all working out for you and you believe it because you've embodied it, because you know that this temple is sacred, right? You are sacred, you are whole, and everything around you is a part of this whole plan, right? It's a part of the whole plan to keep you charging and flowing and riding the waves towards your ultimate wholeness, for your ultimate good. I know that's right. Yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope this was inspiring to you in some way. A kind of quick one, but it's good to reframe our energy this way. So if you enjoyed this conversation, I invite you to like, comment, or subscribe. I would love to keep bringing more videos to you. And if there's anything you kind of want to chat about, let me know. I'd love to dive into those energies and share my perspective and insights on those. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.